All right, it's Tuesday, November 30th. We've got a month to go to get through the year 2021, and already, just when you think everything's fine, we have this, it sounds like a robot, Omicron, I don't know, whatever. Name it whatever you want. It seems like just when you think things are going to get back to normal, we have to come out with something else to scare the population, something else to whip people up into a frenzy. And oh, this variant might affect younger people, might be more dangerous for younger people. Is it a coincidence? Just saying that we just had emergency use authorization, not full approval, emergency use authorization for the prick in kids ages, 5 to 11. And now we have a variant out that just so happens to, affect kids more, apparently. At some point, you're going to see cause and effect. You're going to start seeing correlations, because that's what you're seeing. You just need to pay attention. And again, and I see countries now are saying, well, if you don't get it, we're going to fine you. The countries are at war with their own people. I mean, that's where we're at right now. I mean, it is such a tyrannical system that is trying to control everything and everyone. You got to wake up. You got to quit being controlled and realize they don't have the resources. They don't have the people, the willing people, to go out and control you. It's not possible. It's way outnumbered. So there's no way it can possibly happen. So you've got a situation where you've got governments trying to tell you what to do, and they don't have the manpower to do it. So what do? They try to scare you into submission. They try to make you afraid so that you self-police and turn in your neighbor. I mean, this is what they always do. This is what tyrannical governments always do, because they need people to rat other people out. If you stand strong and do what you want and just live your life, more than likely things are just going to go on as normal, and you're going to live your life as normal. Now, they're going to try and put in restrictions and regulations, and especially, the harder they squeeze, the more they slip through the fingers. It's just, you cannot control a population that doesn't want to be controlled. And it doesn't even take the whole population. It just takes a few percentage of the population. Revolutions don't start with a majority, typically. You've got a minority that says, hey, things are screwed up. We need to fix things. So it just takes a dedicated minority to move things forward. And it's just, you just don't comply. You opt out. You stop giving it energy. That's what you do. That's how you stop the vampire. Don't give it energy. Need your blood. Don't give it to him. Walk away. They can't come for everybody. They can't even enforce. They're failing right now. They can't get everybody to buy into this agenda. You've got people that say, no, I'm not even going to work anymore. My livelihood, I'm going to walk away from it, which is completely ridiculous. They have no ability to do that. And then you find out that these mandates really aren't mandates, and the courts are striking them down because, it's completely ridiculous. You can't, it's emergency use authorization. None of these things have been approved. So basically, you are volunteering to be a guinea pig in an experiment. And that's exactly what it is. You're a guinea pig in an experiment, and you're voluntarily doing it. And if something happens to you and you're injured and you've got an issue, what they're going to say is, well, yeah, you volunteered. It really wasn't fully approved. You should have known what you were getting into. There's no such thing as ignorance on this. And they're going to blame you. And that's what they do. They're not going to be culpable. They're going to dance and dodge like Dr. Phony. You see him on TVs. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. And you just change the narrative. You just continually change the narrative. Now, this is someone who says trust the science. Now, he's been a doctor for how long? And still can't figure out what a virus is and how a virus acts and how you stop it, or at least treat it. But no, we're not treating it. We're trying to make a bunch of medical industrial complex companies very wealthy, and it's succeeding. See, this is the new war. They have to be at war with somebody so that they can have unending money printing, so that they can create money out of nothing and direct it the way they want to direct it. You know, usually it's, oh, let's fight unending wars in the Middle East and Afghanistan. Oh, let's have World War II. Let's have World War I. Let's go to Korea, Vietnam. I mean, you know, all the wars not in that necessarily in that order. But all, you know, Cold War with the Russians, there always has to be an enemy. And that's how they can direct funding, and that's how they can make corporations rich, that revolving door, no bid contracts in Iraq. I mean, there always has to be an enemy. So instead of a hot war, you know, where we're putting boots on the ground, what they're doing now is you've got this unseen enemy, this faceless enemy that, I mean, you can he's hiding in every corner, every shadow, and so the enemy's everywhere. So you have to fund and create, you know, and it's just, and control people in the process. Hey, you're not going to be able to travel if you don't do this. You're not going to be able to work and provide for your family if you don't do this. That's not a free society. That's a society, that is a government, that is a tyrannical system that has been fed on endlessly with money that they can create. And that's the danger of a system where you can just create money out of nothing, that's backed by nothing. All of these monstrosities can be created. All these government agencies can be created. All these people can be paid off. All it takes, and it doesn't even take this many. When you think about this, 536 people. Why do I say 536? Because there's 435 in Congress and the House of Representatives, and I think that's right. Could be wrong. There's 100 in the Senate, I know that, and there's 1 in the White House. So if you've got 536 people, gosh, I think my numbers are right. I'm sure I'll get fact checked. But if you've got all the House of Representatives, the 100 in the Senate, and the 1 in the White House, that's all you got to buy. That's all you have to pay off. And you don't even need that. You just need half, a majority. You pay them off. How much does that cost? A few $1,000,000 each? We just printed over $1 trillion. These pharmaceutical companies make billions of dollars a quarter. I mean, how much does it take to pay people off, to make them compliant, to make them go along? Then you always blackmail them because you've got 3-letter agencies. You know, oh, catch them at a party, take a picture with an underage girl, underage boy, whatever it is, they'll blackmail you. And if you want to stay in power, then you're going to vote the right way. It's not that difficult to take over a government when you have unlimited money. If you have access to it, how do you lose? Well, good people need to stand up and say no. Good people need to have a core, beliefs, and believe in freedom, and believe in humanity. Unfortunately, we don't have those kind of people in charge. There's a few, not that many. And that's why we're in this situation. But what fixes it? You know, I can rant all day about it. What fixes it? Sound money fixes it. Why do you think they want a central bank so badly all the time? Try to kill Andrew Jackson over it. I mean, Abraham Lincoln, look at that. JFK. I mean, you look at the common threads. Because they don't want the people to be free. They don't want the people to be sovereign. They want to control the money. And if they can control the central bank, which isn't even part of government, just prints up what it wants and loans the money to government, and then we have to pay interest on it. Then we get taxed, you know, so that we can pay the interest. That's basically it. It's created out of the Treasury. You still got inflation, but you don't have to pay interest on it, so you don't need taxes. But anyway, you know, pay your fair share. Be a good little slave. Welcome to Clown World. So, if you don't have access to unlimited money, you cannot have these abhorrent creations, these monstrosities that have been created. If you've got sound money, that restrains a whole lot of behavior. Because if the money's not there, you got to go out and do it the old-fashioned way. You got to go invade a country and try and steal their gold. And if you don't have popular support, you try and hire mercenaries. And then pretty soon the mercenaries say, you know what, you don't have any gold, you know, I'm not going to take this other kind of money. You know, it works itself out. Because the sound money is the sound money. And there's a chase for that sound money. There's a limited supply of it. You can't just go rogue. We're in the metaverse. Talked about it yesterday. You're in this virtual reality world that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It's like we're watching a movie every day. It really is. because you look at these people on stage and you think, is this real? I mean, are these people real? Well, yeah, real lives are being affected because, you know, they're being given experimental drugs and their livelihoods are being taken away. And their wages, the money that we go to work for, is worth less when we get home because of inflation, because of the cost of things. See, we're being robbed. It's being stolen from us. These vampires are stealing our energy, and we're allowing them to do that. And if you look at them, I mean, look at these people. Weak. I mean, seriously, you see these people out in the street, in a restaurant. I mean, you look at them and you say, oh, these people are weak. They look like vampires, pale, just horrible. Chucky Schumer, Mitch McConnell. I mean, give me a break. Talk about the vampire spirit running through these people. Just look at them. All of them. All these leaders in Congress, leaders in the White House. Just look like vampires. And you're going to give your power to them? You trust them more than you trust yourself? That's what it comes down to. You really believe they're going to fix your situation better than you can? Better than you and your family, your community can figure out? These people are not your saviors. The only thing they're doing is holding the money above your head. If you don't follow the rules, you don't get that check every month. You know, you don't get to go to work. You become an outcast. It's just you're living in a bizarro world. That's where we're living. The important thing is to realize it. Some people don't even realize it. You got to realize it. And then at that point, you can take action. You can say, okay, how can I opt out of the system? Well, there is sound money for the digital age. There are things, and gold and silver, great. Absolutely great ways to do that. We're living in a digital age now, though, and we're going to be forced to use digital money. And they're gonna create that digital money that they control. And that's what they're going to give you and want you to participate with. Beat them to the punch. There are things like Bitcoin and Litecoin that are decentralized, where you hold it in your own possession. You've got the keys to it. You can send it anywhere you want, any time of the day, 24/7, 365, 366 on a leap year, and an election year, and usually an Olympic year, unless we've got a pandemic. But you've got the ability to hold your wealth and be sovereign. And since there's a finite supply, a limited supply of that, what happens is it becomes more valuable as more people want it. It's like a case of water in the desert. Only so many bottles to go around. If you get a bottle of it, okay, you know, it's a case of 40, 48, whatever. You got a bottle of it. You got some Bitcoin. You've got some Litecoin. It's yours. Everybody else is going to be coming to get it. You just happen to be smart enough to realize, you know what? This is probably a good idea. I can hold this in my possession. Instead of waiting for the government to show up and start pouring out little shots and, oh, here's a drop, here's a drop. No, you've got the ability at this point in history to take possession of your wealth, to take possession of your money. Probably a good idea to do it. Probably a good idea to get things in your possession. Own it. Hold it. If you need something, you're going to need something, you're going to use something, acquire it, get it into your possession. Same with your money. Don't let them control your money like they have been. They've been robbing it from us. They've been stealing it from us. I mean, inflation, I use the example of, okay, minimum wage in 1964, 5 quarters, $1.25. That was minimum wage, $1.25, and you think, oh my gosh, that's nothing. Think back in 1964, those quarters had 90% silver in them. They had sound money in it. Right now, that's worth over $22, those 5 quarters from 1964. So it should be $22 an hour. But guess what? It's not. People are fighting for $15 an hour when that's not even the stated minimum wage. So see, it's not keeping up. You're getting robbed because there was silver in the money. Now we've got new money, digital money, Bitcoin, Litecoin, fixed supply. Only so much to go around. Only so much pie. Get a piece of that pie while you can before it's gone. We have to take control of ourselves. We have to take control of our lives. Quit depending upon weak people. That's what they are. They're weak. Vampires are weak. They don't have any power unless you give it to them. They try to convince you and seduce you. just don't give it to them. They can't come into your house, right? You don't invite them in over the threshold. You know, that's one of the rules. Just don't let them into your life. Don't give them power. You have the energy. They don't. And they want it. And they're trying to convince you to give it over to them. Evil. That's what it is. It's evil. And realize it. Call it for what it is. All right. I'm not going to rant anymore. Tomorrow's December 1st. December 17th and 18th, Litecoin Lisa and I will be taking this show on the road. And we'll be doing a live. We do it every Friday on her channel. Every Friday at 4 p.m. Central Time. We do an hour, happy hour stream. We talk about stuff. And we're going to be doing it live December 17th and 18th in St. Petersburg, Florida, at an airport down there. I don't know if I'm going to pronounce it, Albert Whitted Airport. It's on my website, clintwestwood.net. Tag below. Go to that. It's got all the details, what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing a lot of giveaways. We've got some good friends in the crypto community, pretty big names who are coming. Don't want to announce it yet. I think I can, but I don't want to. We can make sure. It's going to be a really good time. Like-minded people, freedom-loving people. You're not alone out there. There are people who, you know, the mainstream media wants to portray you as a crazy. They just don't want to show the people who are actually freedom lovers. They want slaves. That's all they're going to show, and they want to convince you to be a slave and get in line. Come to these events, you're going to meet a lot of like-minded people. People who love this country and love what America stands for. The idea of America. Having a class on the 18th, so the live show's on the 17th, Friday, and then the class is the next day. You get to download a Monarch wallet onto your phone. If you don't know anything about crypto, we'll walk you right through it. We'll send you Litecoin. ChangeAngel's provided that Litecoin, a great exchange. If you want to swap coins or tokens, go to ChangeAngel.io. And you're going to walk away with Litecoin. You're going to walk away with sound money for the digital age. If you don't know how to buy it or anything, that's what we're there for, to help you understand what to do. You need to take action. You know you need to take action. How do I take action? That's why we're there. These events are free. You got to pay for your food and drinks, but I mean, you know, there's no admission cost, and you know, we're there. It's our time, and we love educating. And so Lisa and I love what we're doing, and there's other great people who come to these events and, you know, explain many other facets of cryptocurrency if you want to go down the rabbit hole. DeFi, NFTs, that kind of stuff. But it's very important to be around people who support you and believe in freedom. That's what these events are for. So I hope you can make it there. December 17th and 18th, St. Petersburg, Florida. Go to clintwestwood.net. All right. December 1st tomorrow. We've got one more month. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Hit the like, subscribe, and just know you're better than these people who are trying to rule over you. You're better than them. You know better for your own life and your family's life than they do. Trust yourself. Look inside for the answers. Be at peace. Don't let these distractions get you off your path. All right. Have a wonderful day. Love you all.